Coming up, the future of the YU podcast starts now. Hit the music. Podcast time. I'm Al.
And I'm Kayla.
And welcome to the YU podcast. Oh my God, I'm sweating already. It feels different.
You sweating?
I'm sweating already. Oh my God.
Not the sweat. We
got the camera going because this is the first time we are going to be on LaTube.
Okay.
I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was. But
the U of the two.
The YouTube. I know I meant what I said now. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying.
I just wanted to say it.
That's fair. But again, everybody, welcome again to the Bayou. Welcome to the Bayou podcast. Okay. Number one podcast for Gators.
I mean, I am from Louisiana, but I am from the Bayou.
Gumbo and crawfish. Main justice.
From the north.
Welcome again to the YU podcast, the number one podcast for gumbo. Why not? Because I already said it.
Ooh, I love me some gumbo.
As you should, because gumbo is delicious.
It's life.
But before we get into what we really want to talk about today, I have to make a correction.
Yes, you do.
Because I promised I would do so.
Yep.
So for those of you who have been listening when we're, doing our audio podcast, I said on one of those song association words that if I did not start singing the song before the buzzer went off, then I would retroactively give a buzzer and take away a point and put an X. Yes. So because I am a man of my word, here you go.
Because you got that wrong, because you came up with the song after your time was up and you was like, no, I didn't know. I was like,
however, okay. You still lost by 1 point.
First of all, I know I still lost, but that just means I lost by 1 point.
Okay. But did you still lose?
It softens the blow even more.
Does it? Because you still lost.
Because it was by 1 point.
Because it was by 1 point, though.
And you basically kind of cheated.
I did not cheat because I told you. See, I'm different. If I make a mistake, I will own up to it and I will say, you know what? I will rectify the situation. You, on the other hand, will go with a lie and stay with a lie throughout the whole thing.
No comment.
No comment now.
I owned up to
when?
The last episode.
Okay. The one time?
Yeah.
Once. Okay.
I owned up to it.
One time. That's how you are. That's cool. I'm just gonna let that slide.
Anyway, I lost by 1 point. That's all that matters.
Matter of fact, where my thing at?
What?
Lucky my notepad not by me, because I'd look and make sure it was by one, because it could have been by two still, because I'm gonna stop being mean now.
It was by one.
I'm gonna stop.
Because when I listened back to that episode, you was like, if you did get it wrong, that means I would have lost by 1 point.
But so, that was long before we had actually gotten to the end. We was like midway through the game.
Well, we can go back and look at that, and then on the next episode,
no, I'm not doing 2 weeks in a row of rectifying something. I plan this time and this time only.
Okay.
You lucky I put all this stuff on the desk. I don't even know where it's at. But anyway, I'm glad. She's glad. We're glad that you guys are watching this on YouTube with us. I should have put out the information by now instead of just dropping it on Tuesday. So this is me talking to myself in the future. You will have found out about this by Sunday or Monday, so you're already watching. I don't know. I haven't gotten my life together yet. There's so much going on. There's a lot going on. What? Oh, like I can't see you still?
Nothing.
Just because they can see you, you think I can't? They can't hide. You can't hide from me because of them.
Okay.
Anyway, so let's get into today's episode, shall we?
All right.
So what we're going to do in the first part, we're going to talk...
Get your words together, sir. Get your words right.
Me, because I'm like AD. I get so excited. I kind of like bounce around and stuff. I'm gonna start taking my time.
Right.
But we are going to talk about pieces of the inauguration that we found extremely hilarious. Because, I mean, this inauguration was pretty tame. Thank God it was, considering everything that had happened beforehand on the 6th.
With the world.
But the good thing is, there were still jokes to be made.
Yep.
So I know
and it was still enjoyable. I wouldn't say like we didn't go joke about the whole thing. Like,
right.
Thought we were just gonna talk about it.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying joke. I'm just saying we would talk about it. There just happen to be things that we can joke about because, you got to laugh to keep from crying.
Right.
So, ma'am, you have taken lovely notes in your nice.
Well, I always take notes for every episode because I'm a forgettable person. I mean, I'm not a forgettable person, but my mind is forgettable sometimes. So I got to write my things down. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I do write things down for every episode. But
I am going to say, I think for the purposes of the fact that we're on camera, that Kayla did not pull out that old composition notebook that she was using last week.
You ain't going to be talking about my composition.
I am going to talk about you. Yeah. I can't even call it what it is.
I pulled out a beautiful, nice journal.
Show them. I don't know if they can see the front, but it says, find the beauty in every day. Yeah. She made this is like the first page. So she made sure that it was nice and fresh for you too. I'm just letting you know.
You a hater.
But anyway, what you got there so we can move along?
One of the pinpoints was Lady Gaga's performance. Okay. I mean, I'm a fan of Lady Gaga, but I was not a fan of her singing at the inauguration. Her outfit was cool. It was cute. And she looked like she was going to the Hunger Games because she had that big old Mockingjay bird on her chest.
She gave a new definition of bird chest, by the way.
Some people said they enjoyed the performance. I, however, did not.
That's fair. I honestly didn't even get to hear it. You sent me a clip, but it wasn't like the full
I thought
thing.
you were gonna go to YouTube and look at it.
No, because
he was at work when
which we gonna talk about a little bit.
It happened on my off day, so I was at home with the kid,
right?
And so I was watching while the kid was doing, what he do.
That's right. But I did see the picture of that giant Mockingjay she put on her chest. She had. I mean, I get it. It's like a fashion thing. So yeah, I'll give it to her that that's something that she wanted to do. But
like her outfit was cool. I didn't have no issues with it. But the singing is what I couldn't get with.
What was wrong with it?
I just couldn't get with it. Like, I don't know.
Was it the style?
It just, I'm used to her style having a different type of style. And it didn't sound like her singing. I don't know how to explain it. Because you know how her type of music is just like, out there and she's different. Yeah. But we know she can sing because she can sing.
That's true.
But I just didn't like how it sounded. It just sounded too basic. It didn't sound like, and I know you got to make it controlled because you're at the inauguration. Yeah. It can still sound good. I mean, Beyonce sounded good when she did it.
When you think about it though, you say it's got to be controlled, but then J-Lo got up and did what she got up there and attempted to do. We'll get on J-Lo. I mean,
J-Lo wasn't controlled either. I ain't like her performance. Her outfit was bomb though. I like that, but yeah, she didn't sound good to me.
I didn't know if it was actually Ashanti singing or not. Is that a dig? I think that's a dig. That is a dig,
but because somebody on Facebook had said something, they was like Ashanti in the background, in the back singing background for J-Lo. But anyway, I think J-Lo was lip syncing too. But yeah, I was like, okay, if you gonna lip sync, make it sound good.
Well,
and it didn't sound good to me.
Like if she did pre-record it, I wonder how much time she really had to like get it all done and get it approved by government officials to be able to do it on inauguration, because they have to go through all the security stuff.
Even if she had to do it could have sounded better than what it did.
Well, I mean, if you want to really get into it, J-Lo really isn't that great of a singer anyway. She never has been. I mean, she did well on Selena, but I don't know.
She's a great performer and dancer and all that stuff. I'm not a super fan of her voice.
Yes.
That's fair. She has the look, she has the style, she has the charisma, all that stuff. But her voice was never like top notch to me.
She does come from that old school kind of performance. I won't say it's like a school, but everybody that came up in like the 80s and 90s really had to learn how to be overall performers. Right. So I think that's why she has such longevity, because she's able to still do it at that level. However,
and she look good for her age too.
Yeah, I mean, you would look good too if you eat veggies all day long with no meat and no dairy. Like, you're supposed to look that good at that age. Because Ashanti's 40 and she looks amazing, but she's vegan.
But she can't sing either. And they just had that verses too. I mean, not saying she can't sing, but she can't sing.
She ain't no singer.
She can like hold notes, and stuff, but she can't like.
Ain't nobody sitting and being
and I
like.
ain't trying to like judge people because I ain't like boom boom boom. But I'm just saying like.
Yes, you are. Don't even go there.
I'm just saying like she just do all them old babies, our babies, and all that stuff.
Oh baby,
and
ooh baby, yeah baby.
But she had some hits back in the day.
She did. Matter of fact, a lot of her hits are J-Lo's hits because they were supposed to be for Ashanti, and they took them from her and gave it to J-Lo because they was trying to put J-Lo on the map. Now we can't. Honestly, though, I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that Ashanti had to give up those songs to J-Lo, we wouldn't have got J-Lo in Hustler. So
yeah, that was good.
I guess it's all for the goodness of others.
Right. Now, back to the inauguration.
Yes.
Now, I love how George Bush always got to go find his girl Michelle.
I mean,
their friendship is just like everything.
It's funny because, like, okay, I always bring up the internet because that's kind of where I get like the vibe of how everybody feels when it comes to stuff. They'll be like, y'all sitting and enjoying the fact that George W. and Michelle got a great relationship, but y'all keep forgetting about the fact that he was the first person to like nosedive America for a while. And I was like, I mean, okay, people have done bad things. And George W. was one of the worst presidents in the history of the United States. But, you know, Obama came and he fixed a lot of that stuff. And Obama had his issues too, but like the man's been out of office for 12 years now. Let that man have just a little bit of fun. So if he and Michelle go and do patty cake and
if
share,
he want to pass peppermints, let him pass them peppermints.
Yes, let
to his girl Michelle.
Something.
He love the black girl magic. Let him have the black girl magic friendship with Michelle.
I feel like every time he go around Michelle and then he go back to Laura, I'd be like, I should have found me a nice little brown sugar. Cause man, Laura, you ain't doing it right for me.
Brown sugar.
Oh yeah, Michelle did slay.
Let me tell you.
See, okay. The cool thing about it is that you have to now like accessorize. I don't want to say accessorize, but she had like the mask to go with it. It was all black, and then her suit in that was it plum? I don't know, a certain purple color. Yeah, I know you know colors. What color was it?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's like a mixture of maroon and plum together.
Yeah, it was a nice little really nice. Red purple hybrid.
But it was like, yeah.
It was like a, you know, yeah.
We'll go with maroon.
It was the red tint of purple. I don't know.
Just say maroon.
You.
Anyway, she had a maroon pantsuit with the jacket and the shirt, and then the belt came up midways.
That was a nice
and then
belt.
the hair was flowing with the curls and the bagang.
The bagang.
The bagang. But yeah, like she had that flowing, like she killed it. Like even though it was supposed to be their day, President Biden and VP Harris, but First Lady Michelle took it over with the outfit and, and the hair and all that stuff. Yep. And I follow her stylist too. Her stylist is boom.
I mean, you followed her after, was it before?
Or no, I had already followed her before. So yeah.
That's nice.
She boom.
And then everyone had on those nice, like, luxurious coats. And I was just like,
yeah, Dr. Biden had that nice powder blue going on.
The powder blue. That Carolina blue. And really what's crazy is that, like, you see stuff like that and you be like, man, I want to step my coat game up. We live in goddamn Texas.
You gonna be hot and sweating. Yep.
But I'd be one Morpheus looking dude with my nice pea coat. I don't know. Come flowing. I'd have mine open, go
with the sound effects and all.
Make me look like Blade or something.
No, sir.
What?
No,
I can't look like Blade. No, I can't because I mean I'm brown skin for one, so that automatically makes me not be able to be Blade.
Anyway, I was.
I'm sorry. I was thinking about your dad's long coat.
Oh, his leather jacket.
I was in the car like your dad looked like Morpheus. And he got out. It was like flowing in the wind a little bit. I was like, all right. What if I told you that the world that you're living in is not the real world? It's like, ooh.
I can't.
We live in a simulation, Doc. Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, I was beaming when a VP was like walking across the stage and stuff. And then, you know, when she was getting sworn in, I was like, come on. For the brown women's represent for us.
You know what's
like, we winning.
It's crazy that like what was her name? The Chief Justice who swore her in, mispronounced her name. And later when I got home from work, when we were talking about it, I mispronounced her name, and Michaela was like,
I was like,
what you not gonna do? Right. Her name is Kamala Harris, not Kamala, not Kamala. Kamala. And I was like, excuse me? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to stump on your toes.
Had to correct you.
Yeah. Had to correct you.
But yeah, I was excited about that. All of that.
Yeah. And then I think so J-Lo came before the VP. And then they had I know Garth Brooks sang.
He was after everything.
He was after
all the sworn in and all that stuff.
I don't know. I don't know why. Let me tell you something.
What?
Garth Brooks singing makes me feel like I could be a singer, like a recording artist. Cause
why?
The way he was singing, I was like, oh my God. I don't enjoy any of this.
You leave Garth Brooks alone.
I mean, oh wow. That's how you feel. Yes. He's just gonna start coming with the Garth Brooks.
You leave Garth alone.
And then he's showed up. Legend. He had on his dungarees.
He's a legend.
Can you name one Garth Brooks song since he's a legend?
He's a legend. Okay, I ain't got to name a song. I ain't got to name a song.
Don't worry, I'll wait.
I ain't got to name a song by him to know that he's a legend in the country music world.
Okay,
you name a song by him.
I don't have to. I didn't say he was a legend. I just know Garth Brooks got up there and was butchering Amazing Grace.
You know he's a legend though, right?
There's a difference between knowing because someone else told you and knowing from your own accord. It's not because somebody else
told me. It's just because I know he is.
You know it because they say it. I'm not okay. Look, I'm not trying. I'm not trying to discount what you're saying. What I'm saying
just because
is,
I can't name a song by him at this very moment, don't mean that I don't know that he's a legend. He's still a legend.
Okay.
Not because people told me, it's because I've seen it.
Okay. But what I'm saying is, have you sat back and was like, damn, this is a good Garth Brooks song that I'm listening to right now.
But why do I have to know that he's a legend? I can't say it.
No. I mean, yes. I mean, yes, you can.
Nope. Don't touch me. Because that's like, okay, say for instance, people know Michael Jackson was a legend.
Yes.
Okay, what if somebody couldn't name his song? That doesn't, still retract that statement.
Okay, that's kind of hard to do because, Michael Jackson songs be used in commercials. They be using them in movie trailers. Like every time you turn around, there's a Michael Jackson song popping up out of somewhere and someone be like, who did that? Oh, that guy Michael Jackson who died like a decade or so ago.
But still, if somebody say he's a legend, they don't still take the fact away that he's a legend.
Okay, I will give you that argument.
Just to say that Garth Brooks is a legend.
I will give you that. But
just because I can't name a song right now don't make him not a legend. Okay, I'm done talking about Garth now.
It kind of does.
No, it don't.
I mean, okay, I can't tell you any of his songs. That's the whole point. That was the whole reason why we went on this tangent.
That's like at this very moment, I can't think of a Johnny Cash song at the very moment right now. But I mean, it's some of his songs that I've sung in the past. I just can't think of it right now. But he's a legend. Like,
because I remember we did that song and I pulled out that Johnny. You was like, Johnny Cash? You don't listen to no Johnny Cash? I was like, I listen to one song that I know. I don't even know
but
it.
He's still a legend, right?
Yeah. So but I could tell you one of his songs. I just want to say, if you're gonna use the word legend, you got to have like something to bring to. I'm gonna stop because I'm just pushing your buttons.
I'm really trying to understand your thought process because it's really upsetting me.
It really is. She's like, when we're done.
Now I'm trying to think of other things that I can think about of calling people legends, but I can't list their work. But that still don't mean that they're not legends.
That's true. I mean, okay, when you're in the heat of the moment, like right now we're recording, it's hard to think of stuff because you're like the adrenaline's flowing and all that stuff, and then we'll stop and we'll be driving to go get the boy, and you'll be like, oh yeah, that's one of his songs. He'd be like, damn, I should have said that on the show. Like, I understand that. I just wanted to get a rise out of you.
My button.
Yes, that was the whole point. I just wanted to make you laugh, and I wasn't making you laugh. I was making you mad. That kind of defeats the purpose.
Because I like to prove my point. Anyway, like I said, Garth Brooks is a legend. He sung Amazing Grace at the inauguration.
Now, it was bad though.
It was a song.
You make me sick. It was not okay.
This was sang by Garth.
Listen. This is the one point. This is the whole point of why I went through that whole tangent. Okay, first of all, I did not enjoy it because I was actually able to watch it. Hold on, you ain't let me get to my points yet. Go ahead. Remember, like years ago, I think it was like the Pacquiao. What's his name?
Jamie Foxx when he did the
Jamie Foxx, and then he
Hallelujah.
got to a point when he was trying to like get the crowd to join in a little bit.
Yeah.
That's when you know the song is not going well because you got to try to get the crowd to sing along with you.
That's not true. Now, when you get the crowd to sing along with you, that don't mean the song not going well.
In some instances,
but not
it
at
does.
all. You can't make better
not all, but some.
with you on that one.
Okay. Some instances. In this instance, it was bad enough where he was like, I want everyone to sing this next part with me. Like he sang one verse. I think he forgot the rest of the verse. And he was like, okay, let's just go back and all y'all sing with me because you got to save me on this point.
Okay.
Then he ran up those stairs in his dungarees and his cowboy hats and his cowboy boots. And I was just like,
I really can't go in full argument with you on whether it sounded good or not because I heard him sing like the first two lines and I went to use the bathroom. And by the time I came back, he was walking up the stairs. So I really don't know how it fully sounded, but his first note of the amazing sounded decent. So I was like, oh, a legend sang the song, but let me go pee real quick.
A legend singing the song. You know full well you ain't say that when you was going to the bathroom.
Sung Amazing Grace.
You probably was standing there. You know how I stand up and I'll be looking at the TV. I'll be like standing there with my arms folded. I'll be like, okay, and then walk away and go do something. That's probably what you did.
I went to the
with your hands.
That's what I'm telling you.
No, with your hands on your hips, like, all right, that's good enough. Let me go to the bathroom real quick. Terrible.
I heard the first amazing note and I was like, okay.
All right, I gotta go pee. I'll be good. I'll be right back.
That's what I did.
Hold that note for me, Jesus. I'll be right back.
I can look it up on YouTube later and see if it was terrible or not.
I kind of wish I had it so you could see it now, so you can give me my props. Because once you get a stance on something, you just not gonna agree with me.
I'll take your word for it.
Okay,
for now.
That's fair.
Yeah.
What else?
What else? Oh, Flyhead Pence showed up since Cheeto Man didn't want to be there.
I forgot about the fly, damn it. Oh man.
So he was there looking awkward.
Yeah.
Since
his buddy dipped to Florida trying to figure out how he can leave the country without getting caught.
But speaking of dipping, like, did you see like when they landed, how Melania like changed clothes and then walked on across that?
Yep.
Across the the TV screen.
Trump
like, I'm
stopped to wave to the paparazzi.
Right,
she was
just
like,
kept on going. She was like, forget this. I ain't gotta do this no more.
I got my my pool boys and my margaritas waiting for me at the estate at the resort. I'm like done with y'all.
From Martin.
Please.
That's what she said.
That's funny.
Anyway, who else? What else?
I found it funny. I don't know if you know this, but I forget like where it was. It was in another city. Someone tried to put together like a Trump rally at a Capitol, and only one guy showed up. I think it was like in Indiana or something. And someone asked him questions because I guess they thought a crowd was coming. Mm-hmm. And he was like, well, I just figured the revolution was still going. I don't know what he actually said.
Oh,
but
I was about to say, did he really say that?
It sounds like something they would say. Like, did you see any of the videos of like Trump supporters crying during the inauguration because Biden was president?
No, I ain't want to see them videos, but I'm sure I would have been cracking up. I had to go back and watch that too.
It was the highlight of the day.
They had their face
just big crying. No, they were like legit crying. Like I was like, honestly though, I kind of know how that feels because 4 years ago. No, why would you bring that up?
I'm sorry. I thought you was about to say that. I'm sorry.
I'm so
Are you
mad.
gonna say 4 years ago about Obama losing?
Yeah. So when Trump won and there was the inauguration, I remember being terrified. So I didn't like cry, but I had the mist in my eyes. Mm-hmm. So I do know what that feels like.
I didn't mean to say that.
I know what you meant.
You know what I mean?
I know what you meant.
Like him leaving office and Trump winning.
But I just want you to know, you bringing up the Titans losing in the playoffs hurt me in a way that I thought I was over with. It's been 2 weeks.
I softly pat your shoulder. I'm sorry.
And we lost. Like, I don't understand. And then just,
I'm sorry. We can move on. You ain't
Yeah.
gotta talk about your boys.
Yeah.
I know it's tough.
Let me I will say this though.
What?
When they lost, so you know how on the we sit on the sofa and I have like a pillow so I can prop up because I'm old and I got a bad back. When they threw the interception, like the game losing interception, I got up and I spiked the pillow on the ground and it hit the fan. I was like, ooh, let me
Don't you be
calm
breaking
down.
our fans, boy.
And then I was like, AD, because
Did it scare him?
No, he was in his room playing.
I was working.
Yeah, you were working. I was like, AD, Daddy needs a hug. And he kept out. He was like, "It's okay, Daddy." And he gave me a hug. And then he tried to leave. I was like, "No, I need just a little bit longer, son."
Like, okay, you good.
He's like, "Okay, you done now?" I was like, "Fine, just leave."
Dang,
Like,
he was like, okay.
I don't need you to console me
That's
anymore.
it. Last thing, Amanda Gorman, the youngest,
did the
22.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she did the poet. The poem.
She did the poet.
The poet.
What
that
kind of
did
inauguration
the
you was
poem.
looking at?
The poet that did the poem.
You said poem.
The laureate. And how you say it? Laureate.
I don't know. Sure. I'll take your word for it.
Okay.
Here I had it playing while I was in Kaufman.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she said like 2 words and I was like, "No, I'm good." And then I cut it off.
Aww.
Now, here's the thing though.
Poem.
I started seeing everyone's reactions to it and I was like, "Damn, I just missed out." Like I'm gonna go back. So someone put the whole thing up on Twitter 5 minutes after she finished it. So I watched it and I was like, good for her.
Yep.
That was a
and
good
then I
point.
heard that she had wrote like half of it when she had found out that she was going to speak at the inauguration, and then she finished the rest after the craziness happened on Capitol Hill.
It's smart to do because with the nature of news, so much happens in a short amount of time.
Right.
To be able to go back and finish it and to add that extra punch to it, that's smart writing.
Right.
It's smart, and just allowing yourself to understand that your creative process and just making that happen.
Right.
So and then like after she did that, all her books were like not selling out, but she was like they were flying off the digital shelves. Like that was really cool to see.
Right.
And just like those type of opportunities are great for any artist. Well, except the ones that did Trump's inauguration 4 years ago, because they ended up on hard times after that. But in her case, people buying what she's putting out, it's gonna put her on the map.
Right.
I think Hillary Clinton was like she gonna run for office or something in a few years. I was like, don't put politics on her like that. Not everybody want to get into politics.
Not everybody.
But it was honestly just with everything that we've seen. Usually they have like more gallantry and stuff for the inauguration. It's like a whole day of stuff. But because of COVID, they couldn't do it.
Right. I mean, it still was a whole day of stuff. It was just virtual. Like they still even have the parade. It was just virtual.
Yeah.
And shout out to the 7 HBCUs that was featured
Right.
in the inauguration parade.
Right. When you read off the list and Grambling was on it, I was like, my sister did the last one for Obama, which was really cool for her to do. And I'm pretty sure if Trump didn't win 4 years ago, they would have done it then as well. But that didn't happen.
Right.
But Biden, since he...
Didn't Howie play in D.C. too?
I think he did. But I don't remember, and I didn't ask. I'm pretty sure he did, though. What I was gonna say was, since they couldn't do like the inaugural ball like they do, like it really was like it used to be like a whole day of stuff. Right. What they did was after the parade and Biden could get into the White House because they had to deep clean everything and make the Oval Office the way he wanted it to be.
Getting them Cheetos things up the wall.
Wait a minute. What the hell could he have been doing for his thing? You know what? I don't even want to know. I really don't.
Well, I was just saying that since he's orange Cheeto.
No, I know, but then my imagination went and took it somewhere else. I was like, what the hell? Who was
just anything he touched like that?
Gross. True. But they had to basically like flip the White House. And then as soon as he got in, he got to work. And everyone's been asking where the stimulus checks are. We're not going to get them. We're not going to get them stimulus checks until I heard February. But if we're fortunate, April. I need my stimulus check, yeah. I need my stimulus check, yeah.
I love that video.
That's my anthem. That is my anthem.
Hilarious.
I'm going on almost a full year without one stimulus check. I need my stimulus check, yeah.
I got mine though.
Why no? Why you?
Was mine or yours? So it's okay.
Was it though?
I mean,
I ain't getting that piece of neither one.
I mean,
what? What you mean? Talking about no, those were the other bills. We had to get something fixed on the car. That's what happened. That's where that other one went. But I'm still waiting on mine. Hopefully I get all three of them. Just give me one big check for, let's see, it's 12, 6, and then 14. That $3,200. Just drop me a check for $3,200. I'll be okay.
Okay.
They're not gonna do that though. They're not gonna do that.
It's all good. But all in all, it was a great inauguration.
It was,
and I'm so happy. It's like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah,
because we got some new wind in the White House. That sounded bad. Like somebody fought it.
Got a new wind.
Wait a minute. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. But we just got some fresh air in the White House in America.
Yeah, an opportunity to really.
Not
breathe.
saying that they're gonna make everything perfect, but it's a change that's been shifted, and hopefully it's all for the good.
It's really nice waking up and not like going on social media and it
be like what he done said today, what he done did today.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Yeah. So what we gonna talk about next, though?
I've been waiting to talk about this for a while.
Oh, Lord.
We gonna talk about jobs. We gonna talk about previous employers and maybe a sprinkle of current employers. Just depends on if I feel like getting in trouble or not.
You silly.
I can say what inspired it, and I'm gonna try not to say anything that's detrimental to the company that I work for because I have to keep my job until I am ready to leave it. But what happened was, with my job, when it rains, we're not supposed to work because of a bunch of varying factors. And on Wednesday in the DFW area, it was raining quite a bit. And instead of calling us for the day, those of us that are qualified and have work vehicles had to drive to Kaufman, Texas to work. And it was still misty and at some parts raining in the day. Who was mad?
Here is like an hour.
Yeah, it was to be 100%, it was actually 57 minutes. Like from
to be exact,
where I was to the drive. We don't even have a driveway. The parking lot. And who was mad? Everybody was mad. You were mad. I was mad. AD was mad. The people that I talked to that I work with was mad. Like we was all mad. And I still got my job done, but it just kind of reminded me that what I plan on doing with my life is not being a gas technician or actually working for anybody. I want to be my own boss at some point because I see how that freedom has worked for you and I miss it. Mm-hmm. I've never had it, so I can't even miss it. What am I talking about? I need it. I crave it. I need that independence.
You long for it.
So
why did I turn into a preacher?
I don't know.
Turn into a preacher.
And then God said, you need that freedom from your employers. So the Lord said, take up your goat and your belongings and move forward.
When did we get it?
I don't know. You're ruining the entire bit, and I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate it.
Go.
You know, you get your
what's his name?
Drake. But I've said all that to say, I think it was Wednesday that I went. So Thursday we were kind of talking about what we wanted to talk about for the show. Right. And I was like, you know what? We haven't talked about jobs like we said we were going to, like episode 10. I don't remember when it was. So I was like, this will be a good opportunity to talk about a lot of those old experiences we had at some of our jobs and just have a good time, because I feel like roasting other jobs so I don't get fired. Because I know if I roast my job too much, I'm going to get a phone call like, hey, so you're making us look bad.
So speaking of jobs,
yeah,
if you could think back, what was your first ever
I know this one
job?
I knew you were going to ask me one.
Okay.
My first ever job was a Burger King in Liverpool, New York.
BK.
Yep, I had to jump through.
Wait, how old were you?
15, I think.
15.
Yeah.
So you were, is that 10th grade? 9th grade?
Maybe I was 16. I was a senior, but it was like the first part of my senior year. Okay. So maybe I was 17. I don't remember. I don't know how this stuff works. Mm-hmm. I'm old.
You are.
I'm 34. That was, oh my God. Anyway.
Did you have to get a worker's permit signed?
No.
If so, you were probably 15, but if not, you were 16.
No, I didn't. No.
I remember when I got my first job, I had to get a worker's permit signed.
Oh, you was working at 12? Is that why you had to
I was working at 15. Look, I was actually working at 12, but that was like, was like a babysitting, you know.
Yeah. No, I worked at Burger King for a few months, and it was okay. You know, I was making some money.
Flipping them burgers, making them money.
I didn't have to flip burgers at Burger King.
You probably came home smelling like a grill.
Did I? See,
Burger
King back then used to be really good, because how we used to, this is how we used to cook the burgers at Burger King. So it had like this giant flame broil machine, and it had the fire constantly going. So you would fire? Yeah, because it was actually like, it was flame broiled. Okay. So
I always thought that was a lie, but it's
the patties always, like, they were in a box, like there was a freezer by it, and you would have to like take the patties out and kind of break them apart because they were stuck together, and then you would put it on the conveyor belt, and it would go through, get an even cooking on both sides, and it would, when it came out, it was ready to go. Mm-hmm. And you would put it in the holder, you know, the things that keep the burgers warm. And then
the burger warmer.
Yeah, you know, get that sitting heat. Anyway, and then whenever someone would order, you know, you would try to have enough in case you had a rush come in, so that you're not constantly having to put through burgers and slow down the flow. It was cool for a while, but the reason why I left was because the manager was a complete dickhead. Like, there was a new sandwich that came out. It was like a chicken sandwich with it was a spicy chicken sandwich. And one of my coworkers were on their lunch, and she was like, this thing is really good, you should try it. I was like, okay. So I took a bite, and the manager, like, right when I took the bite, the manager's calling my name. I step out, I'm doing like this. He's like, you're back there eating and all this. He's like, you know what, go home. I was like, and the girl, she was like, no, he was just trying. He was like, I don't care, go home, because you're eating on the clock. I was like, okay,
give me a chance to explain.
So 2 weeks later,
it was only a bite.
2 weeks later, I was out. I was done. I was like, you was not gonna talk to me like this.
Quit?
Yeah,
you said deuces.
I was like,
did you have an apron? Did you throw your apron at him?
No, I was just like, you know what? Like, I need to focus on my high school and studies, because I'm not doing well in school, because I was barely doing my homework, even without a job.
Burger King stop you from graduating,
right? I mean, Burger King wasn't gonna stop me from graduating. I almost stopped me from graduating, if we're being honest. Okay. I graduated with like, I graduated with like a 2.000.
Skate across that thing.
Like, they had to find a grade for me to graduate from. It was bad, because I honestly had like a 1.98, and they had to find a way to round me up so I could graduate with everyone else. Unless, if I didn't, I was going to go to
smart people. He just don't always apply himself.
I'm not.
You really are.
I mean, okay, I can be.
He had a great GPA in college, but that's because he started dating.
I didn't. I had it at Wiley. I had it at Wiley. I did not have it at Grambling.
When he started dating me is when his GPA skyrocketed.
At
I'm just saying. What?
What you're not going to do is take full credit.
I'm not taking full credit. I'm taking partial credit.
You wasn't inspiring me to do my homework.
I was inspiring you.
I was inspired to do my homework.
You was inspired because of me.
How you figure?
Come on.
Tell me what you think.
Because you was inspired by me. I was a great influence in your life. and you were just happy. So because you was happy, your grades reflected that. End of story. Thank you. Moving on.
Kayla, I was
Back to
taking
your job.
22 credit hours every semester. And before we started dating, I got my life together. It was when I had to juggle relationships and becoming an alpha and being in the choir. And I had to like set down a schedule and get my stuff done. That was when I got my life together. You were a part.
That's what I'm just saying.
But it sounded like you was trying to take full credit.
And I said partially. Didn't I just say that?
Did you?
Do you want to rewind it?
I can't rewind it.
Did y'all hear that? Right?
Okay.
You just heard me say partially you just heard me say when you met me you was happy and all that good stuff. So I'm saying I was partially responsible for that degree.
You the way you said it though,
Are you really getting your feelings?
It made it sound like you had 65% of that partial. You made it seem like it was more
just
you.
give me my credit is all I'm saying.
You
Anyway,
did have a part.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying. Move on in.
You had like a fifth. Does that make you feel better?
Anyway, if that makes you feel better.
No. But honestly, you did. I honestly had to sit down.
Flowers and my props. Thank you.
Give me your flowers. Okay, here you go. Anyway, no. What was I talking about? My GPA. So, I got my life together and I stopped working at Burger King. And then right around the time I graduated, I got a job at McDonald's, which was like the Burger King was like here and like 0.3 miles. It was like there.
Down the street.
So it was crazy. And I got the job there because the girl I was trying to be with was working at that McDonald's. I was like, oh God, I need to be close to her. So I got that job.
Love, huh?
Let me tell you something.
Trying to fry fries together side by side, huh?
I was the reason why there was drama at McDonald's. At that McDonald's.
Y'all had drama?
We had drama because I was talking to her, but then there was the girl who wanted me and I was talking to her at the same time. And then when the girl that I wanted to be with didn't want to be with me, I tried to be with the other one. And that turned into a whole thing.
I think you told me about that story.
I did.
Did somebody's heart get broken and all that stuff? You was like, I ain't never going to do that again.
Yeah.
That was the last time you broke somebody's heart?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what happened.
Yeah,
it's much more convoluted than that. But I was at the McDonald's for
breaking hearts at the McDonald's. Oh boy.
Because what would happen was the girl's heart that I spurned, she used to work the front window at the McDonald's. So whenever we would have lunch breaks, my girlfriend and I would eat them, and where the break room was right there.
Happy Meals together.
Wouldn't eat no damn Happy Meal. Shut your ass up. Hell, eat a happy Meal on their lunch break. Anyway, no. What? You heard me say Happy Meal? Uh-huh. You're not going to talk about me. But no, okay, so what would happen was like we would make our food and then we would get like some extras to kind of go with it. Mm-hmm. I'd come back and the girl in the window would like take some of my fries because that was her way to like spurn me. And I was like, did she take one of my fries or some of my nuggets? You see her in the window. Hello, welcome to McDonald's. How can I help you?
Ooh.
But I learned, you know, when you're young, you make stupid decisions. Mm-hmm. But don't bring it into work. That's what I was doing.
Don't bring it into the McDonald's.
That's right. So after that, my next job. Let me not.
About my job?
I was about to say because I was. Hold on.
I said your first
I'm sorry.
Job, and you gonna go from Burger King to the McDonald's.
I'm sorry.
Then you about to go to number 3.
How many times am I gonna say
what
I'm sorry?
Me?
How many times are you gonna hear me say I'm sorry? I was just getting ready to stop myself and say, you know what? I'm moving too fast. Let's talk about Michaela and her jobs because I just went on a story tangent. So, Michaela, what was your first job?
Well, I started working when I was about 5. Not a play.
Man, when I was 6 years old, I had a full-time job.
I was sweeping floor. Technically, if you want to go off paper, okay. Mm-hmm. My first job was really at my grandparents' restaurant.
I think you told me about that.
Yeah, because that's how I learned how to cook and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And then I would like work the register and all that stuff. They was like the neighborhood barbecue place.
Right.
And they sold the candy too. So, you know, them Fruities. You had Fruities before, right? The Fruities candy. They come in a big old bag.
Fruities.
And they had like blueberry and strawberry and cherry. And they got all sour apple. Anyway.
I can't think of it.
We poured the Fruities into the pickle jars.
Oh yeah,
about
okay.
2 cents a piece or 5 cents a piece. I can't remember. Had the bubble gum in the pickle jars. What else we put in there? Different stuff. Anyway, I used to sell that. Sold them cinnamon buns. Sold them apple pies. Sold the soda pop for like 50 cents.
Soda.
Sold it.
Every time you say soda pop, I swear it's like you're older than I am, and I keep forgetting.
You keep saying I'm 55.
I'm telling you, we were selling them candies. It was like two cents or 5
Give me that
cents.
soda pop over there.
I can't remember. And then we were selling soda pop, 50 cents a piece. Boy, they was coming in there buying up them soda
had
pops.
Them Frito pies. Ooh, them Frito pies would be so good. Oh,
like, how did y'all make the Frito pies?
Frito pie. Pour the Fritos into the bowl. Grandma made the chili. And then poured the little the cheese on top of it, the little drizzle cheese. They're like, drizzle.
The drizzle, the nacho cheese.
The nacho.
The drizzle cheese,
you know the one that's not shredded. What's the other one? The drizzle. That one, that cheese. Ooh, it used to be so good. And then stir it up real good. Oh my god. Woo. Anyway.
Oh my goodness, you got me.
Or you can we would sell them barbecue plates or the pork chop plates. Or what else? The rice and gravy plates with the pork chops, and you had the yellow chicken plates. Had all the plates. Anyway, I was behind the cash register, learning how to do that. That's probably how I really learned how to work with money too. Like learning that, and it was like the old school cash register. The
one you gotta put in,
and then you gotta.
Wait, you had to. It was a slot machine.
It felt like a slot machine.
Oh, you talking about one of those old school ones?
It was like a typewriter. Yeah,
and
it
then,
was like that.
Because once you pulled it, it put the for the receipt, it would like register whatever you put because it was a cash register.
It didn't even have no receipt in the one we had. But anyway, we just tell them how much we getting back. But
wow.
But yeah, I had learned how to work that. They had a jukebox in there that I learned how to work, and then I used to have to empty the little change machine in there. It used to always play Al Green in the jukebox. And then they had a cigarette machine in there that I had to learn how to work to get the change out of that. The old school cigarette machines?
The ones you had to you pull the little thing at the bottom and it fall out?
Yep.
I feel like you was loading that thing like, man, I can't wait till I can actually have some cigarettes.
Look, I said, look.
I knew it. Kayla was scamming on them cigarettes back in the day.
No, I was like, I had sneaked and tried one day. I was like, ugh, this nasty. Why people like this? I was like, no, that's not it.
Everyone remembers their first cigarette. Nope.
No, that wasn't it. I ain't like how it tastes. Anyway.
Cigarettes are nasty. You ever
what?
Like, when was the last time you actually had a cigarette? Or any sort of tobacco?
Probably a Black and Mild.
Yep. What's crazy? You smoke it and you never had it before and you get this massive headache. Like, why did I do this to myself? Yep.
This don't taste good.
Your mouth tastes like that for 24 hours straight and to be like, people smoke a pack of these?
Then people actually kiss somebody with it. I mean, I ain't trying to offend nobody, but I'm just saying the flavor and the taste don't taste right.
Mm-hmm.
To me.
Mm-hmm.
But it works for some people.
Stop smoking them cancer sticks. Anyway, go ahead.
But yeah, technically that was my first job off paper, learning the family business. Now another one off paper.
They was paying you under the table. I need that money.
I need that money.
Oh God.
Now the second one off paper before I got my official first job, because I'm not going on a tangent like how you was about to go, but this the second off paper one was the babysitting job. Technically, it was like babysitting in daycare. Okay. Now the thing is, in my mind, I thought it was a job because the lady who was paying me, she was at my old church that I used to go to, and I used to hang out with her grandkids and her kids. Mm-hmm. So we were all cool, and she on daycare. So during the summertime, I would go there. Now I thought that was my job because she paid me, but come to find out, I felt betrayed when I found out my mama was paying her. Because technically, she was babysitting me so I could babysit the other kids. But I thought that was my first job. But I was like, wait, she paying her to keep me busy during the summer while they at work. But I thought that was my job.
Oh, boy.
So I felt betrayed a little bit. I was like, wait. So anyway, I still enjoyed it though because it was still fun. I think I was like 13 then.
All right, so since we have already discussed first jobs.
Well, I was about to go into my first real job.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. Kayla was out there getting that illegal money.
My first on paper real job was Gaddis Pizza.
You told me about this
in Bossier City, Louisiana.
Tell me more.
I was like 15 when I first got that job. So my mama had to sign this paper for me to work since I was under 16.
Because you were 12. I'm sorry.
Whatever.
Keep going.
Anyway, she had to sign this paper because it's only a certain amount of hours somebody under 16 can work. So she had to sign that. And the way I found that job was we were driving one day and they had a now hiring sign because they were building the place. And so I know. And so when I went in there and I asked for what you call them things? Application.
You haven't worked so long. It was like, what is it? That thing you go because you're trying to get a job. Application? Like, don't nobody care.
I ain't worked for somebody in so long. I didn't have to sign an application.
It's been 84 years since I had to apply for a job.
It was 1955. No, just playing.
Oh my God.
Let me get my story.
Okay.
Anyway, so I went inside the place. Like they were still getting like all the construction stuff together. Like it was still in the beginning stages. And I asked for an application. She passed me one. I actually signed it there because she was like, you can fill it out here if you like. And then I went and gave it to the lady. She was like, actually, we have time for an on-spot interview, blah, blah, blah. So, I sat on down for my on-spot interview. I was actually in my school clothes because we wore a uniform. So I still had my school clothes on and everything.
Did you have your glasses on?
I did because, I'm blind. I wore glasses since middle school. So I had my glasses on.
Okay.
Anyway, so I sat down. I answered all the questions she needed and all that stuff. And then she was like, all right, we'll give you a call, I'll let you know how everything go. The next day, they called me. They calling me.
So
they
since you were,
told me I got the job.
Since you were like one of the first people to work there, they got your name on the wall somewhere?
Probably not.
That would have been cool. Like,
I mean, hey, it would have been cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got the job. I ended up, how many hours a week did I work? I can't even remember. I know it was like less than 20. 15.
Really?
I think so.
Okay.
Maybe it was 20. I can't even remember. I was just happy to have that little check.
Did you get paid every 2 weeks or every week?
I got paid every week.
Them every week checks used to hit.
And it was like, a physical check because I ain't had no bank account. Well, I had a bank account, but I didn't have direct deposit set up. They just, gave me my physical check every week. Mm-hmm. But I was happy to have them few little coins. I thought I was doing something.
Going up there every Friday to pick up your little $100 check.
Here go your money. Oh, I'm paid. But yeah, like that's how I learned how to make pizzas. So when we make pizza at home, I be like a killer with that thing. Like I be gone with that pepperoni. I used to be quick making them. I used to be quick making them pepperoni pizzas at Gaddis. Like we had supreme pizzas. We had like people would come in for parties and stuff, and I'd be gone with it. Oh yeah, Michaela got that pizza down pat right there.
So go ahead, put this one in. I'll make another one.
I know, but yeah, that was like fun. That was like my first job. I got a couple of burns from the what you call it, where you set the pieces out on. I can't even remember the name of it. Like it keeps
when it's in the box
hot on the buffet because it was like it had a buffet. Oh
yeah.
Because we had to put the pieces out like every 30 minutes on the buffet. But anyway, I burned my arm one time on it and it hurt so bad.
All right, so since now that we done talking about first jobs, Kayla had 3 first jobs. Kayla had all them illegal jobs. No, what was the worst job you ever had?
Worst job I ever had. I can't say I had a bad job.
You're so lucky.
I just had different experiences, but I never had a bad job.
You are so lucky.
I'm really trying to think. No.
She gonna go through. Kayla only worked about 7 jobs.
No, I had more than that.
Really?
You want me to go down the list of all the
okay.
places I worked?
Please do.
Okay. I named the other. I did Gaddis. I did care services, which they took care of me all the way through college.
Yes, they did. I miss care services.
They let me come back during the summer times. Actually, okay, so for people who don't know, when I was in high school, my senior year, I did a CNA program where I was a certified nurse assistant because I was able to do that half the day when I was a senior. And by the time I graduated school, I was able to get my CNA license too. So the summer after that, I got a job working for a CNA place. and my dad knew the owners. So like I did the interview and all that stuff, got that. And so they let me come back every summer when I was in college to work. And Al loved them too because they always had like great Christmas parties. And when they gave us the Christmas parties, they would pay for all the food and give us bonuses and all that stuff. And we'd be eating steaks and all that stuff. And they paying for the drinks and drinks. Be
Remember that $100 macaroni and cheese? It had like 6 different cheeses in it. It was so damn good. I would get the $100 steak. It would fall like you cut into it with a fork and you have to cut it with
Al
a knife.
was lightweight with drinks, so when he had a drink, he'd be like this, and they'd be like, "You all right, man?" They used to talk about this. Used to be so funny.
See, here's what I don't appreciate.
What?
You throw me under the bus.
That's not throwing you under the bus. That's just stating facts.
When it comes to drinking.
How is that throwing you under the bus?
Because you are supposed to protect me.
I do protect you.
And then you gonna use the fact that I'm a lightweight as a joke. You know full well I've been a lightweight since you know me. I mean, yeah. So
am I not
you laughing at me for?
Anyway, it was just always fun.
How you gonna steamroll through my feelings like that?
I care for your feelings and you too. But
knock my headphones off, damn it.
But
oh god.
Anyway, so that was good times there. Great people. Wait.
He just tried to go on. I was legit.
Oh, you still talking about it? Okay, get your feelings out then.
I don't care now.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Are you not like?
No. Shut up, Michaela. Yes. This okay. 100% honesty. I stopped drinking so that Michaela, my mom, and my friends could stop talking about me at the fact that I'll have a drink and then need to lay down for a little bit.
In the middle of the floor.
Okay.
We'll just walk over.
The floor is steady. The floor is steady and I can gather my bearings and then I can have another drink after that or another 2. But there's 2 main reasons why I stopped drinking. The first one is because the last time I super drank was me, Howard, Greg, and San, and we was playing that Scott Pilgrim game that I just got the 10-year anniversary game today. And when you died, you take a shot, and someone had the bright idea to put it on hard mode, so we was dying like every 7 minutes, and we was taking shots of Kraken Spice Rum. When I tell you, crazy. I have never in my life gotten sick enough to need to throw up until that night. I said, Lord, if you can get me through this night without dying, I will never drink like this again. And I slept on my bathroom floor hugging the toilet bowl because of that. So ever since then, you be like, oh, you're such a lightweight. Why you don't drink? Because we drink it. That is why. Like that. Yes, you do. You know full well y'all do. And I be like, that's fine. The Lord knows why I ain't drinking no more. Me and him have a pact. That's why.
Okay.
And then the second reason is because I don't like being made fun of because I don't drink. So, boom. Wow. But I am a lightweight.
See? Said I didn't say that. I'm lightweight. Oh, anyway. We had some great Christmas parties here.
Yes. I miss it.
So I worked there, and then, when I was finishing up my last year of school, before like the summertime, I worked at Boys and Girls Club in Marshall. Did that a couple months.
I think I remember that.
Mm-hmm. That's when I was at ETBU.
Yeah.
And then what else? Okay, and then after I graduated, and then when I moved out here, worked at Liberty Tax.
With, for like
Edwin.
For like a hot minute.
Thank you.
Wait. He was like, thank you.
Hey, because he got my first job out here in Dallas.
That's true.
And then after that was when I had worked at Sprouts for a little bit.
You did.
Sure did.
You was getting them cookies. Them Sprouts cookies. Sprouts
cookies was
they
good,
was,
boy.
Well, I couldn't have them because they had the chocolate chips. So you would try to get me the other ones.
Yeah, the peanut butter and macadamia.
And they smacked a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
They was hidden.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Then after that, that's when I got the job at the school. So that's when I worked at the middle school.
Oh yeah, Betsy Coleman.
You ain't gotta put the name out there like that.
I mean,
everybody want people to know the name.
I was gonna say, are you don't want them to know because you gonna go back?
I mean, no.
All right, just shut up.
I'm just saying. They gotta know the business. Like
how many Bessie Coleman schools are there? It don't matter.
There's only one in this area.
Okay.
So everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Well, now you know, and
Shout
no one
out
is
to
half the
Bessie
battle.
Coleman.
Anyway.
Then that's when I started school after that, cosmetology school. So I was working there. Then
Neiman Marcus.
I'm going down the list.
I know. I'm remembering with you.
But I did Dillard's before Neiman Marcus.
Did you?
So I'm going.
I thought you did Neiman Marcus, and then that didn't work out because you went from working in person to on the phone, and then that didn't work out, and then you switched to Dillard's.
Okay. So I did Neiman's, and it was cool working at Neiman's. It was cool too. I ain't had no issues there. Well, it was like issues like towards the end, but it wasn't like my fault.
Yeah.
And then Dillard's.
They was trying to make Michaela
They trying to make me
manager.
a manager. I was like, I want to have my life.
I got to go back to school.
The manager they had, like, she ain't had no life. They had her on call all the time, and she came up there one time with a broken leg and on crutches, and she was still working a full like 12-hour shift. I was like, y'all ain't about to call me like that. Like, no. They was like, yeah, we can get you on track to manager, and you can do big things.
I feel like Kayla's eyes got wide. Like, manager? I've been here for I've been here for 2 days.
Because I was there doing makeup and other stuff, and I was like, you know what? I'm fine doing these makeup and facials. I ain't trying to like be our manager because this is not forever. So thanks.
Thanks for the offer, but gotta go.
So anyway, yeah. After that, I was still finishing school, and so while I was in school, I was trying to see where I was gonna go into a salon so I could have that already set up. And then that's when I went to the hair show and met Ken and Tanya, and then that's when I started at Beautiful. Shout out to Beautiful Salon. I don't know. I gotta sing everything.
Salon.
Well, I gotta sing everything. So that's when I did that in Arlington. So I had secured that job like 4 months before I graduated. So by the time I graduated, boom, I was in a salon, moved my way on up, was there for 2 years, then went out on my own as an entrepreneur and got my first suite. And that was 2018. And now it's 2021, and I'm still out on my own as a businesswoman. Bow, working for myself. Bow. And I love it.
So that was a nice amount of jobs that you've had.
Right. And I'm sure I'm missing some other jobs in between there too, but that was like the full timeline of everything.
Yeah. I mean, for at least the now 11 years that we've been together, those jobs that you mentioned during that time frame, there weren't a lot of jobs. But if you look at my list, I've got
20
I got so many jobs because I was notorious for like quitting. Like when I get mad at a job, I sit back and I realize I don't have to put up with none of this noise. I'm going to quit. And I've done it at the worst possible time. So if we go down my timeline, and let's see if I can name them all because there's so many. Burger King, shut your ass up. Okay. Burger King, McDonald's, Domino's in Ruston. Then I didn't work for a while. I got a job at Chili's. That was a whole ordeal because then I got my girlfriend.
Chili's, baby back ribs.
Don't nobody care that you know how to sing the jingle that came out and was super
Did you ever
popular.
sing the jingle while you worked there?
Hell no.
Oh, okay.
Chili's was actually one of the worst jobs I ever had. That was why I brought it up.
Okay.
Because I started out as a bus boy or a busser because they weren't bus boys. That's sexist. But I stopped doing that because the servers would never pick up their plates. Like servers are supposed to pick up plates. We're supposed to pick up the cups, the silverware, and then wipe the tables down. And I felt like some of them was like, oh, I'm not doing that because I'm a server. So I would my back problem started there because they was like, don't nobody care about bussers. They're the ones that got to pick up the plates. So then I asked to be a dishwasher, and that sucked even more because then the servers that did get their plates would just throw plates at me kind of in the back.
Splashed on your face.
And I'm just like, look, it's dirty back here. I'm dealing with all this water. My hands are pruny every day. Like, give me some respect.
Right.
Then I was going through a breakup not too long after that, so I stopped working. But then I basically flunked out of school, so I got the job at the children's home. I worked there, and then I moved. Once I moved to Marshall, I didn't work because we were in choir. Thank God. I regret it now because I got all these student
choir
loans.
Was a job
choir was a job.
And we had to go sing so the school would get some money.
That's true. We
made all them donations.
We was out there tricking.
They pimped us out.
We was getting pimped out for real.
No.
Going all on the East Coast singing songs. Can you spare us some scholarship money, please? Mr. Hayes would always introduce like one of the main singers to like one person in particular to try to get some scholarship money. I'm like, we getting pimped out. I don't like it.
Stop it.
But after choir, when I graduated, I think I got the job at Community Health Corps or whatever it was.
I remember that.
No, I didn't get that one first. I got the one at the children's rehab, the Choices. And then I stopped working there because I was working overnight. And they had a new director come in. And she was like, well, they don't need TVs in the house. I'm like, if I'm here from 9 to 6 in the morning, I need something to keep me up. And if you take these TVs out, I'm not going to make it. So I quit like that day. I was like, you know what? I wrote a letter. I wrote the whole. I remember I called you. I was like, yes, I'm going to quit. And you were like, are you sure? Because you don't have nothing lined up. I was like, yeah, I'm going to quit. He's like, okay, I mean, I wouldn't quit because I don't got nothing lined up afterwards. But if that's what you want to do. And then I got the Community Health Corps job, and it took forever because they went on Christmas break. And I ended up not having a job for like 2.5 months. Worked there till I moved to Dallas. Now, Dallas is where I had all the jobs because I started out cleaning carpets. That sucked. Then I got the job at the movie theater, and then I realized it's a bunch of high school kids that go and get high after working. I wasn't doing that. Then I got the job at the Sheridan, which was a decent job. It paid well. It's just they used to talk about me because I was like the only one who wasn't full time, and they basically lived up there.
I remember when you worked there, and you used to tell me how the people was at the margarita balls.
Oh man,
how they like falling over drunk and everything.
The margarita balls.
Like, these people wilding.
They was getting drunk. They was
lit.
Ooh boy. They even had a room specifically to put the people in because they was getting so drunk. Like they was slipping and falling over.
You over here to calm down.
Titties was falling out of their dress. Like it was bad.
Man, they was tripping.
It was bad. But it was so much fun to see. It was so bad. So then after the Sheraton was we were living in Cedar Hill, I think. So I got the job at Simply Mac. Simply Mac was great until Tyler moved to Washington, and then the manager after that just didn't care. And
it was funny when you worked at Simply Mac because that was when I had worked at Dillard's. So and it was in the same shopping center. So
it was right across from each other.
For yogurt for lunch.
Yep.
Let's go over here and get some yogurt.
You want to get some frozen yogurt?
Froyo.
But then after Tyler left, that actually started like my distrust of managers and supervisors because I started realizing that they didn't give a damn about me. It was so bad.
Because it's not about you.
It's not about me.
It's about the job.
I don't want to take up too much time with the Simply Mac story because that's a whole different beast. So after Simply Mac, I got the job at where did I work after Simply Mac? Was it the school?
You did the school because then we did the school at the same
time. That's right.
Because sometimes you would sub and like you'd be like, oh, I'm subbing here today. I'm like, what?
He's like, oh yeah, we gonna ride. We gonna ride together. We gonna take lunch together. It was so funny.
Right at the same middle school.
And then
they be like, yeah, they got me coaching today. What you coaching today? I'm gonna come to the gym right now.
I would have the kids take roll. I was like, y'all know each other. Y'all know each other's names. You come here, take this roll right quick, and then I'm gonna turn it in because I don't know none of y'all. I did that for a week.
And then it'd be funny when you come into the classroom and like some of the kids is in there. So after you leave, Miss Lowe. Who there, Miss Lowe? I'm like, boy, turn around and sit down.
It was so bad.
It's your man, Miss Lowe.
But before I did that subbing, I did the subbing for the food. Remember, I worked in the cafeteria for Cedar Hill for a bit. I was like, I got tired of doing that.
And then you worked at that Jewish school. Was that before or after?
Oh, when I was the coaching,
for them too?
That was during pretty much. Like I would sub during the day and then I would coach in the evening time.
Them kids loved you. They cried when you left.
Not those kids.
Them Jewish kids.
They didn't cry for me.
I thought you said they cried.
No, that was short. That was short elementary.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that was coming up.
Okay.
But after that, I think where did I get a job next? Restoration Hardware.
Oh yeah, all right.
Where was I working before then? No, it was. I left Simply Mac and went to Restoration Hardware, and I worked there for like 4 or 5 months, and then that was another one of those situations where I was like, these supervisors don't give a damn about me.
Then he was like, these people ain't gonna talk to me crazy on these phones.
Boy, they was talking to me crazy on the phone. How you gonna cuss me out because you're still getting RH had these thick catalogs that would come in the mail, and some people would try to get them to stop coming in, but RH would send them anyway. So this lady called me. She was like, I need you to take me off your goddamn mailing list. Y'all sending me this book of stuff that I'm not even gonna buy. It's all a bunch of shit, and you're the I was like,
oh my God.
I'm sitting on the phone like, ma'am, what's your email address so I can no see, because you work for the company and you're a representative, so you're gonna get my wrath. And I was just like, you know what? I don't want to know more. So I stopped going. I used my PTO, and then once it ran out, they fired me.
See, I know you got to finish your list in a minute, but I was going to say this real quick. Even when I had to do the phones at Neiman's, I ain't had to deal with like people cussing me out, nothing like that, because it was like all like older people.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm calling to buy my ham for the holidays. Or, you know, somebody getting their cashmere sweater or some red Louboutin nail polish or some Louboutin heels or something. Like, I ain't had to deal with that. They was all pleasant. They was happy to spend some money.
See, at Restoration Hardware, it was a bunch of snooty, sedity, rich people who was buying essentially reclaimed and repurposed furniture. So a lot of this stuff, first of all, was being handmade in China. So it would take like 3 months. They would order it in 3 months, and then it would come in. And it had to go through customs and all this stuff. And then when it showed up, it was basically like mushed together because it had been like wrapped up in a container for months.
And they had to fix it
and then they
again.
would call me, or they would call in, and I'm getting yelled at because they ordered a $2,500 sofa that came and looked like a freaking beanbag. That's not my fault. Don't order from Restoration Hardware. Then when I found out how they really messed everyone over because they shut down, and they didn't tell everyone that they were shutting down until like 3 or 4 weeks before they shut down.
Right.
And their severance package was awful.
Crazy.
I was like, man.
And it's crazy because all that happened like a little bit right after you quit.
Yep. I quit, and then maybe 3 or 4 months later, maybe 6 months later, they ended up shutting down. I was like, that's what they get. Not the people that worked there, because they were all great people. And I see them on Facebook sometimes. I'd be like, I'm glad they're still doing okay. But like the supervisors and people above them, they could eat it. Every single one of them.
He's like, that's corn.
How you gonna tell me my job is gonna change, and then it changed for a little bit, and then you'll be like, no, well, since you trained on this, we're gonna have you do this too. Don't lie to me. I don't like being handled. That's what I used to tell the kids. Anyway, so I left Restoration Hardware, and then I was out of work for a while. Then I got the job at Short, and that was cool. And then that ended, and that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. And I don't want to tell that story today because I'm still salty about how that went down. So when I got fired, because I'm gonna go ahead and say it, I got fired. I've been at my job now for a while, so it don't matter. I got the job at I was a brand ambassador, which was cool. I was making good money. And then they fired everybody. Everybody that worked in the DFW area for Lyft as a brand ambassador, they fired because they was like, we're not doing that no more in that area. Anyway, after that, then I worked at the Epic, where I met Victor, and Victor and we talk a lot about what's going on at the Epic. It's actually kind of sad how they're handling things over there now. I'm glad I got out when I did. Then after the Epic, I got the job where I'm currently working and have been there for a year and 4 months, which is probably the longest job that I've been at, because I'm known for, if you make me mad, I'm gonna quit. And I am actually surprised that I have not quit this job yet. And I'm saying that because they make me mad all the time. They make me mad. But I have a wife and a son, so I can't just leave. So
your responsibilities.
I'm pretty sure there's some jobs in there that I forgot. Oh, I worked at Pizza Hut for 3 days. When people weren't giving me a tip, I'm delivering pizzas to these big houses in Cedar Hill, and they couldn't give me a $2 tip. I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this.
I still think that one video you did, they should have put that in a commercial because it went viral. And
the Pizza Hut one. Oh, that's my favorite skit that I ever done.
It went viral. In 2017,
I worked
right after AD was born.
I worked for Amazon for a day.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I worked for Amazon too.
Amazon was. I forgot you worked for Amazon too
for like 4 months.
See, you were putting the stuff in the boxes.
No, I wasn't putting it in the boxes. I was sorting the boxes.
Okay.
On the conveyor belt.
Okay.
Or I was wrapping the pallets or scanning them.
I got you.
Yeah.
No, they had me. They had me loading 18-foot trucks by myself on my first day of training. I was like, nope, this ain't for me. No. Matter of fact, there was a guy, like they were taking all of us on like a tour of the facility, and it was a guy who was wrapping up the pallet. He was like, look, I got laid off from my job, and I'm really only doing this because it's the only thing I could kind of find right now. He was like, honestly, young brother, and it was a white guy. He's like, young brother, young man, if you could find anything else, do that, because this is back.
Young cat, thundercat.
This is back-breaking work. Do not put your body through any of this foolishness. And then when they put me on that, like after I talked to him and I took a break for lunch, they put me on the truck. And it was like, get a feel for how it's going to be. And nobody came to help me. And they said I had 3 trucks that I had to do by myself. I was like, nope.
Right.
I sat in my car for like 20 minutes when I got home. And I was like, I can't go back. I can't do it. And then I didn't. And then I tried to get the job at Pizza Hut. I did that for 3 days. I was like, I can't do it. I got to find something else.
And then in between all that, all the different acting gigs and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like here and there.
Yeah.
Like even though acting and media is your passion, all the other stuff took over because it's like it's hard to.
You got to make money somehow. You got to, and this is why I'm hoping that this venture can do something, because I love creating and I love being in that creative space, but there's only so much that I can do because I'm not getting paid for it, and I don't.
You went to school for media,
right?
And you want to be able to use it.
Right. So, but until we get to that point, hey, we're going to do this, and maybe something will come from it. Maybe it won't, but I enjoy doing this with you, and I appreciate that you do this with me. Yes, I know I work your nerves and I push your buttons.
Glad you know.
You make me sick. But I want you to know that, like, this wouldn't have been possible without you.
Okay.
Because, we have such great chemistry and we bounce off of each other really well. So
thanks.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too.
I'm saying all that to say, I've had a lot of jobs. You've had a lot of jobs. Where you are now, it's not a job. It's something that you love to do. You love creating too. Yeah, it's a career. And yeah, the job that I'm working now, even they know a lot of people will come to that job. They're not going to stay. If they do stay, good for that person. But a lot of people get that job and then they move on. That's the point. I'm going to be there until I don't have to be. And I'm giving myself, like I'm setting in my head, hopefully by like 6 months, we can be on the road to financial independence as far as I'm concerned. But if not, hopefully in another year. And then I'm able to like have more freedom with my schedule and do what I like to do.
Right.
Go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
And I remember you asking me, you was like, what'd you say? Did I hate a job, or is it a job that I hated? What did you say?
Was there, it was like, what was the worst job you had?
Worst job you had. Okay. And I was like, I couldn't think of, anything that's, worse or any, or a bad job or anything like that. But you know how different things in a moment irritate you.
Yeah.
But that don't make the job bad. Like, I'm in my career and I love what I do, but it's still things that happen that you be like, ooh, I don't want to do this no more.
Yeah.
Because, you hear it when I
do
vent to you and all that stuff.
All the time.
Because people can be doing the most, but that's a story for a whole nother day.
Yes, indeed.
Like for instance, when people have issues with like pricing, not saying like everybody does, because everybody knows how I do everything and how I roll, and all the clients I have now, they pretty much been with me since the beginning of my career as a stylist. And so they was like, oh, we sticking with you to the end, blah, blah, blah. We're going to keep sending people your way and all that stuff. But then you have, new clients that come along and they have issues or try to change your price and all that stuff. And I'm like, no, my price is my price. If
what
I decide
about this?
To do
how much is this?
If I decide to do a discount, it's because I decide to do it, not because you're trying to haggle and change my price. I'm like, you don't go to the emergency room, and if your arm is broken, you'll tell the doctor, hey, can I get a discount
hey,
for
doc,
getting my arm broke? Like, no.
Hey, doc, can you fix my arm for like $20? Just wrap it up. I don't even need a cash.
No, it don't work like that. So it be, all kind of stuff and all kind of stories that I have to deal with, and I have to like woosah and change my energy, because sometimes people can flip my energy, and I can't allow that.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are the pros and cons of this thing.
My whole issue, honestly, is being told what to do, like being on someone else's schedule or being reliant on something. Like if I need something and I gotta call somebody and then they gotta call somebody else, or I gotta wait for them to show up to give it to me, like I'm not a fan of that. Like
right.
I'm known to go and buy stuff that I could get from a supervisor or a crew lead, but I'm just like, I don't have the time to wait for y'all to figure out that I need it. I need it right now. And then I don't like feeling like I'm being followed all the time. Even though I'm not, because I know how to do my job and I do it effectively, and I'm not out there dicking around. But there's that feeling of like knowing if I need to sit down for a while and I'm doing paperwork and I'm sitting in my truck and it's been on for too long and someone pulls up, I'm like, if I'm sitting down, it's for a reason, because I'm moving. Because you know me, once I start rolling, I got to roll, because if I stop, I'm going to stop. I can't do no more. My body starts to shut down. Just leave me alone.
Just let me do my work.
So it's like I want to be able to move how I want to move, and I don't want to be responsible for anybody but Alfonso the Third, Alfonso the Fourth, and Michaela. That's it. I don't want to be responsible for anybody else. But I'm still going to do my job to the best of my ability until I don't have to. That's just my mindset. I'm not going to do a poor job, because that's a reflection of my name. So I'm always going to be like that. Any other time? Matter of fact, I'm going to bring up Simply Mac, and then we're going to go to the end, because I'm hungry. I'm not even going to lie. I'm hungry. My head hurts a little bit. But so when Tyler left, the supervisor, he was a manager, what he would do is he would go into the back and he would just be back there. He wouldn't be out on the floor interacting with customers or anything like that. If I asked him a question, he would never answer my question. And I'm like, I'm just asking so I can pass this information on and I can do my job. And he would be like, no, if they wanted to know how much it was, like we have it listed here, or they could go on the website, or I'm like, they're standing on the other side of this door. I just need an answer so I can get them going, and they can have peace of mind. And that just wouldn't happen. And then when some stuff happened with him and he got fired. Izzy came in. Izzy was great, but she was handicapped because of it was one of the other managers. I can't remember the position. I haven't worked there in so long, but they basically like messed everything up. So there would be times it would be 4 people working in the store, and I am the only one on the floor. I didn't take lunch breaks. I couldn't go to the bathroom. I would be on the floor for hours, and I would get home and be mentally and emotionally exhausted. And ever since then, when it came to anybody who was in control, I always felt like they were going to get over on me. And it has not changed. Even now, like, I have a good relationship with some of my supervisors, but I know if it was a choice between me and them, I would get the short end of the stick every time. And it's just because of how people have treated me at jobs. I can't get over that. So I don't want to feel like that anymore. I'm going to be 35 this year. I want to be in control of my life and my career. So I don't plan on working any longer than I have to.
And I'm going to be inching into my 30s. This is my last year being 29. Oh, Lord.
You better enjoy every moment of them 20s.
Your girl about to be 30 in September.
But hey.
What?
I don't know. I
that
had
was
nothing to say
like a
after
dramatic
that.
pause, because I was like, wait. What are you about to say, though?
I really enjoyed doing this simulcast with you.
Babe.
Huh?
You know why you hungry?
Why?
Because you ain't ate since breakfast.
I'm so glad this makes you laugh so much more. Kayla says this all the time, even when we're not recording and all that stuff. She'll be like, "Yeah, you want me to get up and make you some breakfast?"
You gotta say it right. You gotta say breakfast.
You see who I married? You see what I've done? Kayla, okay, it's funny like once a week. When you do it like 4 times a week, I'm like, okay, it's funny to you.
No, it's still funny to me.
Okay, that's fine. Just like we do what's the jokes we do? That's what she said. We were getting ready to record. And Kayla was brushing my hair because I do a terrible job at everything when it comes to my appearance. Okay. So I did the beard oil and I put it on my hair too. And then, what'd you tell me? You told me to turn around or something? And she was like, that's what she said. I was like, brush my hair, please. We need to start recording.
And then when I brushed your hair, I was like, see, I touched the brush. I made sure I had the soft side instead of the hard side.
Like, oh, that's what she said. But it's good to be able to laugh at yourself. It's good to be able to like not take yourself so seriously, because there are people who like they live their lives. Matter of fact, I was thinking of this because I was watching like a Joe Biden press conference. Mm-hmm. That dude, he moves like this and he talks.
To my Uncle Joe?
Yeah, he talks with like all his arms are stiff. He's like really stiff. And I'm like, Joe, like, let loose a little bit, buddy.
He probably do be feeling stiff. His bones probably hurt a little bit.
Yeah, he is like.
He probably be taking his calcium like he needs to, but you know, he probably hurt.
He's got a Peloton, from what I heard.
Well, good for Uncle
yeah,
Joe.
he be getting on his cycle.
Go ahead, Uncle Joe, on your Peloton bike.
Anyway,
listening to Beyonce Countdown.
Let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. Social media.
Social media. Instagram, Mickey Styles IG, MIKKISTYLES IG. Facebook, Mickey Styles Salon.
Where are you at? It's right here.
What you talking about?
Bring it over right there.
I'm talking in the mic.
You were doing like this.
No, I wasn't.
Anyway, I hear the difference.
But real quick,
he's holding it like this.
You told me to hold it right.
Okay, you got
Anyway, Uncle Bernie came by my hair salon, y'all. He was sitting with
his
gloves in my chair in the hair salon.
I saw that. Kayla was so proud of herself when she put that together. She was like, my editing style's getting it right, ain't it? I was like, yeah, Kayla, and she put it. It's actually doing pretty well on the social media. So good job.
Yeah, I got a lot of shares.
Oh, you're so funny.
Thanks.
Are
you making fun of me? Or
we
you
should
sincere?
put Bernie like right here in the middle. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I wouldn't do that to you.
All right.
You really were. You was getting them likes and them shares.
But I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Put Bernie right here and be like, I want to be on the podcast too.
Like, okay, can you edit this?
Oh, hold on, wait.
So
do it like this. Like this?
Yeah. And then you edit it.
You take a smile at it. It's so bad.
That's gonna be the picture of Bernie right there.
That's gonna be our that should be our thumbnail for YouTube. It's us like that smiling. Bernie saying this. It's so stupid. No, but YU Podcast is on Instagram and Twitter at YUPod_. You can find me at R.P_ on Twitter and Instagram. And we're now on YouTube. We don't have a custom URL on YouTube yet because you got to hit a certain subscribers to do that. So it'll be like a amalgamation of numbers and letters, uppercase and lowercase. But you can find us at the YU Podcast on YouTube. Tell your friends about us. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I've been waiting to say that forever. And if you're still listening conventionally, that's the word I'm looking for, on the podcast sites, make sure to if you're on Apple Podcasts, give it that 5-star rating. We're still 5 stars deep, baby. That came out so wrong. I should not have said that. 5 stars deep. That's bad. We're still rolling. We're gonna keep this thing growing. Now, the weekly motivation to get everyone through the rest of their week. Best of wives and best of, this thing is loud. Best of wives and best of women. What's something to get the people going for the rest of the week?
Motivate. Okay, just real quick, since we talked about this earlier, if you gonna slay, you better slay like First Lady Michelle Obama with them curls in her head.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. That's all I got to say.
You better slay.
That's just a motivation right there, because that whole outfit and that whole hair and that just her whole swag, that's motivation for you right there. So just picture that and walk into your life just like her, just like that. That's all I got to say.
That sounds good. So I'm going to make mine quick because we already at the hour and 30-minute mark. And
what he said.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. It's Mr. Nasty time. Okay. So there was an opportunity that was presented to me, and I was super excited about it. But after I was asked about it, I remember taking a minute and talking to my creator and saying, Lord, if this is the direction you want me to go in, just give me a sign that this is what you want me to do. And then the next day, I was reminded that, yes, that opportunity may be good, but it's only temporary. Sometimes you'll be presented with things that will take you away from what you really want to do. Actually sit and think about what that opportunity is. Is it something that will enrich what you want to do and take you where you want to go? Or is it just going to be a hindrance in the long term? If you have to use that opportunity to boost you, do that, but don't let it take your mind from where you're trying to go. Stay focused on your dreams, because at the end of the day, you don't want to have regrets. You don't want to look back at your life and be like, damn, I should have did this before my time was up. And now I can't go back. It's all over with. You don't want that. Stay focused. Don't let people present you with opportunities to deter you because they think you'd be great for it. Like, yeah, I know I'd be great for it, but I'm not staying forever. I'm not staying in this spot forever. I'm doing what I want to do for me. I would say this episode was a success.
Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time.
Oh, baby. How was I supposed to know?
I just had to say that because it said, stuff about a sign.
That's right.
So, yeah,
hey,
but this is
for awesome. Real. Them signs, they come in clutch, and you gotta at least be cognizant of when a sign comes too. That's another thing. Sometimes we'll see signs and we'll ignore them because we're focused on this is what I want. Don't. There's no don't ignore it.
Else after that.
Yeah, you can't don't ignore the signs when they're presented to you. Because every time I start thinking, okay, maybe this should be just a hobby. Maybe it should just be something that I do so I can stay creative. And then something will happen to remind me that, no, that's not the case. What you want to do is what you are meant to do. You can still help others and you can still teach others if you have a platform. You don't have to, my mom has been trying to get me to be a teacher forever. I don't want to be a teacher, but at my job, I train people how to do the job. So I'm still technically teaching. I'm just not doing it in the classroom because you're restricted by what the Department of Education wants. And then you're really at the mercy of these kids that don't care about you. They're worried about whatever stuff they got going on at home. So I can be at my job and train people, hey, this is how you do it, and you do it this way, and but you don't have to do it the exact way that I do it. This is just how I do the job.
Right.
And you can be effective at doing it. I said this a week ago. I was like, I've been running from being a teacher, and then this job, I have to teach people how to do the job. It's crazy how it comes full circle. But I still take, when we do this show, take the opportunities to help others, or we talk about things, we give our perspective that may help someone else. So I'm still helping people and still being able to entertain.
Be creative,
yeah, that's the whole purpose. So, like I said before, my job is really to boost this and what I want to do with my life and my career. And then when I finally get there, I will give them their proper time, and then I'm going to do what I want to do. You all should do the same thing.
Real talk, baby.
Now, let's go ahead and get out of here so I can get me a sandwich or something. I don't know. I'm hungry. I could eat anything right now. Nope, not anything, because then that's going to turn weird. For Kayla.
Bye.
And Alfonso, we bid you a good day and adieu. Remember, wash your hands, wear a mask, love each other, air hug each other, follow your dreams, pay attention to signs, don't ignore red flags, and remember, I'm a win. If I'm a win, I'm a win as a winner.
There we go. Get it right.
And if I lose, I'm going to lose as a loser. Also, I don't know if y'all can see this. Sister Cousin Belvia made this YU Podcast Cup.
Yay.
We're working on tinkering with the merchandise a little bit. But hopefully one day you're going to find this on your computer on the website so you can order it yourself and get your own little tumbler cup. It actually
and
works.
Mugs and shirts as well.
Yes. Yeah. And keychains and pop
bunch
sockets
bowls.
and bunch bowls. We working on bunch bowls. We gotta sit down and schematic it up so we can have, they gotta be like the bowl, and then it's gotta have like, they can be far away because you don't want to get punch in your dip. You don't want that. That's nasty.
Okay. Anyway, we out of here.
Love each other. Air hug each other. I said that already, but it's time to go. And we will see you. You
so corny.
I am corny, but you love me anyway. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Why would you do that?